Hi, I'm Marie Bliston, President of the New Jersey Education Association. The NJEA is committed to celebrating excellence in education. That's why we're so proud to support Teacher Appreciation Week, a special series produced by the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating New Jersey's talented and dedicated teachers.
Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, New Jersey Sharing Network, dedicated to saving lives through organ and tissue donation, RWJ Barnabas Health, the Russell Berry Foundation, NJ Best, New Jersey's 529 College Savings Plan, turn a dream into a degree, the New Jersey Office of the Insurance Fraud Prosecutor. Insurance fraud costs New Jersey families $1,300 a year. And by Verizon.
This is One-on-One. I'm an equal American just like you are.
The jobs of tomorrow are not the jobs of yesterday.
Look at this. You got this?
Here it is, man. Look at that.
Life without dance is boring.
I don't care how good you are or how good you think you are, there is always something to learn.
Do you enjoy talking politics?
No.
People call me because they feel nobody's paying attention.
Our culture, I don't think, has ever been tested the way it's being tested right now.
Such a good question. High five.
Welcome to One-on-One. I'm Steve Adubato. It is my pleasure to welcome all the way from where?
Old Bridge.
Old Bridge. Beautiful. I think it's exit 116. We'll try later. I'm a Parkway person. Jean Czarkowski, school counselor, Alan B. Shepard Elementary School in Old Bridge, New Jersey. Isn't it terrible, like, you know, things off the Turnpike, the Parkway exits? But Old Bridge is a fascinating community, and you are a counselor there involved in a program. We're going to see a little bit video from Classroom Close-Up. That series, it's called Play Unified, which is?
Play Unified is a program where we bring students in the gen ed population together with students in the special ed population together to socialize, to play, and to become friends and to build relationships.
Is it connected to Special Olympics?
It is. It was started by Special Olympics, and we have Play Unified both in our high school and in our elementary schools, and there's 3 different modalities.
What does that mean, modalities?
Well, like purposes for Play Unified. The one purpose for it is to simply just build relationships and have recreational fun together. Another purpose for Play Unified is to build skills for students that may become athletes in the Special Olympics. And then the third modality would be to have competitive sports and competitive teams and competitive play, building, team building activities and actually doing various sports, but having competitive play.
Should we check out Classroom Close-Up?
Absolutely.
From our partners and our friends at the New Jersey Education Association. This is a clip from, by the way, you've been on how many times?
I've been on 3 different times, but our school district's been in Classroom Close-Up for about 5 different episodes.
Check out Classroom Close-Up on NJTV. They're on every week. It's a great show. But this is from Classroom Close-Up. It's an initiative called Play Unified. Let's check it out.
Go, Dennis. This is a real game. This is not a practice, okay? You are the team captain. Make sure everybody's talking and keep everybody hyped.
Karen Lewicki and these Old Bridge High School students are warming up for a basketball game at Alan B. Shepard Elementary School.
1, 2, 3, purple!
It's all part of the Play Unified program.
Play Unified brings everyone together to develop a bond of true friendship. We started 7 years ago with about 20 athletes and partners, athletes being students with disabilities, partners being our gen ed students. There's always 3 athletes, 2 partners on the court at one time. And over the years, our 20 kids developed into well over 100 kids. And the uniqueness about it is no one should walk up to the team and try to figure out who's who, because it's a team and everyone belongs.
To me, the Unified Club and Class is basically just a place where everyone can not feel excluded.
Why did you join, Sal? Besides making friends, what do you want to do?
To help out people.
You want to help out people? Good, good. Make friends, help out, that's what we do.
Green.
The
friendships and the bonds that they build are overwhelming. It's not about them helping someone else. It's about them building a real connection.
Number 3!
Not tolerating differences, but really embracing everyone's unique qualities.
My favorite is Capture the Flag because I get to see James walk. I get to walk with him.
Go, go, go! Go, go, you got it! Excellent!
He actually changed me because I usually wouldn't do stuff like this, but because of him, I do it all the time now. We love running around. Being in Project Unify is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it's like the best feeling.
I didn't know that Play Unified had the power to bring an entire school building together. I thought it meant so much to individual children that were just a part of that Play Unified group, but really I'm seeing that it's reaching out to the whole entire building.
In education, we think inclusion is just simply about putting kids with disabilities in gen ed classrooms and hoping for the best. Here at Shepard, we don't just hope for the best. We kind of envision the best and work towards that, and Play Unified just fit that vision.
Me and James are best friends.
Wow. What do you think and feel when you look at that?
You don't want me to get emotional, do you?
I want you to tell me what you think and feel.
Well,
I'm just blown away by that.
When I was their age, my mother was opening group homes in our community, and there was a large portion of the community that didn't want individuals with disabilities living in our community. And I remember being an 8-year-old and crossing picket lines to go speak at township council meetings. And I remember the township council saying, people with disabilities have a civil right to live in our community. And in my lifetime, I went from seeing people who didn't want individuals with disabilities living in our community to my students today, who, when we asked them if they wanted to participate, we had 50 students in an elementary school, all volunteering, saying that they wanted to be part of this.
You know, there was a little boy, I think his name was Noah. I saw him in there, and he was next to James, I think, who was walking in a wheelchair.
In a kid walker.
In a kid, I'm sorry. And I think Noah said, I never would have been able to do something like this or be a part of something like this. And you don't know this for sure, no one does. What kind of impact could this experience have on a young boy, a healthy kid like that boy Noah?
We're so proud of Noah because, you know, boys in our society aren't taught to be caregivers or empathetic, yeah.
It's a word I keep thinking of.
And to really be in touch with their feelings or be in touch with their emotions or really to connect one-on-one on a personal level. It's really very competitiveness and to see Noah be a role model for other boys in our school. It's quite impressive.
You know, someone says, well, okay, I get the high school part, but elementary school, someone may think, too young, you say?
Absolutely not. Never too young to start.
Never too young to start caring about other people.
Right.
Who are challenged in ways that you might not be. What's the greatest satisfaction you get out of this?
I love seeing the relationships being forged. For me, a lot of our students need to learn how to build relationships, and they need to learn how to identify people's strengths and always look at things from a strengths perspective instead of always looking at what they can't do, really focus on what they can do, and this program teaches it.
And finally, I'm thinking, as a school counselor, you want to make sure people understand the impact school counselors can and do have, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We oftentimes work behind the scenes, and people often wonder what we do.
You don't get a lot of credit.
No.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
By the way, let people, I got 30 seconds left. What do school counselors do?
I dreaded you asking me that question because we don't have enough time. We change kids' hearts and we make school a loving place to be. We make sure that they have skills to last a lifetime.
Don't dread that question. It's important that people understand. I want to thank you for what you do, and I can't even imagine all the kids you've helped over the years, and you're going to continue to help. Thank you.
Thanks.
We'll be right back right after this. Thank you.
To watch more One-on-One with Steve Adubato, find us online and follow us on social media.
We're pleased to welcome Marjorie Paloma, who is Senior Director, Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, a really special organization based in Princeton, New Jersey, right?
That's right.
And by the way, the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation is a significant supporter of public broadcasting, more specifically the Caucus Educational Corporation, a lot of our health-related programming. There's an initiative that we know about that I want you to share with others called the Culture of Health. What is it, and why does it matter to everyone watching right now?
That's right. So a culture of health. Our work at the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation is really to look at and ensure that every person, no matter where they live, what they look like, how much money that they make, that they have the best opportunity to live a satisfying and a healthy life. That is a culture of health.
Not easy.
No.
Because?
No. It's not easy because it takes not just those in health, but people in education, transportation, housing, business. It takes a nation to be able to get there. And if you think about the word culture at its very basic meaning, it is about what shapes your life. It's the kinds of things that you do in your life. And so when you think about health being not just in the doctor's office, but outside of the doctor's office, there are many, many players.
Let's break that down. By the way, the cities that, I shouldn't say the cities, the communities that culture of health is so prominent in, include, say what they are?
Sure. So our vision is actually across the entire nation. But because we were founded in New Jersey, we have a very special relationship with our home state of New Jersey. So we actually, we promote a culture of health across the entire state. We have a whole set of coalitions that are funded through our sister organization, the New Jersey Health Initiatives. There are 20 coalitions right now that are focused on building a culture of health. We also work with an organization called the Y State Alliance through the New Jersey Healthy Partnership. They initially were focused on 5 communities, so Newark, Vineland, Camden, Trenton, and New Brunswick. That's right. But that has since grown, and that tells you a little bit about the culture of health. That's right. So from 5 communities to now over 60 communities with over 200 policy and environmental changes that have happened.
Take a step back.
Sure.
You're talking about beyond clinical care, if you will. Are we talking about the kind of food, healthy food people can get access to? So-called food deserts, that's one piece, right?
That's right. That's exactly right.
That's not easy.
No, it's not. And that's where partners like the Community Food Bank of New Jersey come into play. Phenomenal organization. So if you think about New Jersey, we have over 1 million people hungry. The Community Food Bank is a grantee of Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. They serve over 900,000 people.
I should disclose we have a partnership with them to increase public awareness around food and security issues. I'm sorry, go ahead.
But what's so exciting about what they're doing is, they're at the front lines of hunger, addressing the needs. But they're also thinking about what are the kinds of things that people who need food, what else do they need? Is it about housing or transportation or financial support and filling out tax forms? And really helping people say, yes, hunger will meet those basic needs, but what are the other kinds of things that are going on in your life?
That's right. There's a Sesame Street connection?
Yes.
What is it?
So one of our partners is Sesame Street. So think back to your childhood and think about how Elmo or Big Bird shaped your own perspective.
Elmo's been on one-on-one checkout you can see past interviews. Go ahead.
So with Sesame Street, we're looking at how can we work with them to support children, their families, providers, to really support kids, especially kids who are going through trauma. So if you think about things like divorce or neglect or even violence.
These are health issues.
These are health issues, and they have implications for kids' lives in their future. So when kids grow up, what we know is that kids who experience these adverse childhood experiences have higher rates of diabetes, higher rates of obesity, have challenges in school. And so we're working with Sesame Street to really provide tools like videos and blogs and games for kids and their families to provide the support that they need.
The question of poverty, you know, people say, oh, it's an economic issue, which it absolutely is. It is an issue of health, correct?
It is. It is. So when you think about economics, what we know from kids who experience adverse child experiences, oftentimes those children are also coming from communities that are lower income. So when you think about where do we need to really zero in on, how do we build partnerships that help to support all kids, but especially the kids that don't have, kids and families that don't have those supports, that's critical.
Before I let you out of here, you were telling me that you came to the foundation, I guess, 2004?
That's right.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Baltimore.
On a personal human level, I know a little bit about Baltimore. I grew up in Newark. They're not that much different. Only we have the Yankees up here and you have the other team, the Orioles, right?
We won't talk about that,
I should
Steve.
leave that alone. I'm sorry. That's not part of the agreement. There's no agreement. I'm just joking. But in all seriousness, because you grew up in Baltimore, a city that, like Newark and the cities you mentioned before, Trenton, Camden, and others, struggles. How much do you particularly appreciate the work that you do for the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation?
Well, so that goes to the heart of why I wake up in the morning. Everything that we do at the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation is really focused on building opportunity for people across this country. And when I wake up, you know, I think about that mission, that vision, that really inspires me. I think about that. I think about the people that I get to work with, not just in the building at RWJF, but all of the people in New Jersey and across the nation that are making this work happen. And it just brings joy to me.
Well, I want to thank you.
Thank you
very much for joining us and sharing important information that matters to everyone watching right now. Marjorie Paloma, Senior Director, Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, I thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
To see more one-on-one with Steve Adubato programs, visit us online at steveadubato.org. If you would like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato PhD and follow us on Twitter at Steve Adubato.
Here there are two guys who know basketball and leadership. Jonathan Peña is head coach. Chris Christiansen, coach Emeritus, I can get that out. Don't edit that, keep that in. Berkeley College, New York men's basketball team. How you doing, guys?
We're doing great.
Doing well,
Thank
So
you.
what's the story with you, Chris? 23 years ago, you were a professor at Berkeley. What happened?
Well, I started at Berkeley 23 years ago, and when I got into the school, I noticed that they didn't have an athletics program. So being the person that I am, I just decided I wanted to have a program, and I started getting groups of guys in the school into basketball, and we started the program.
Were these scholar athletes, or excuse me, these like athletes who their whole lives? What?
No, in the beginning they were just students that came to the school. They had no idea that a
They were
program-
students.
Yeah, they had
academics was their focus.
Yep, and they had no idea that there was going to be a program. And I just went around and picked people based on height, and got them involved.
Yeah.
And you know, we basically went to local games and played and got beaten badly, but started to get exposure. And eventually I got into, you know, some colleges, playing against them. And before you know it, we're here.
You're in the game?
Yeah.
And this guy, so you wind up playing for him when?
I did. 06 to 09, 2006, 2009.
You didn't do it based on height, because he's about, what, I don't know, 5'10" or
Yeah, I don't know
so.
what he saw. It was definitely not height.
So he's clearly you're a point guard.
He was a point guard.
You can see the whole court, right? You can shoot.
Absolutely.
You can also set other guys up.
There you
Where'd
go.
you learn to play ball?
It was mostly in the street.
Where'd you grow
up? Grew up in Brooklyn. I moved from the Dominican Republic when I was 10 years old to New York.
In Brooklyn, did they play basketball there?
They do. They tend to be pretty good out there.
They sure do. They sure do. So you wind up playing for him.
Yes.
So then where's the thing where you become a coach? And he's the emeritus. How's that happen?
So once I'd finished last season in 2009, Coach Chris and Sean, who was an assistant coach back then, who also graduated from Berkeley, they asked me to stay around, help out, do some player development with our guards. And what is it, 8 years after?
Mm-hmm. This is the 9th year.
That's the 9th year coming up.
So the young men you have now, by the way, Berkeley's been a long time partner with ours for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly, we do a lot of veterans programming with them. But I got to ask you something, because I know Berkeley pretty well. Are you turning? Okay, you got athletics, you got academics, and you got leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Is it all three?
Yes.
How do you do that?
It's not easy. It's not easy. I just think that there's such a close tie between them. I mean, as a coach and as with our staff, it's all about leading people to where they need to be, and it ties very closely. So
here's the question: all about winning? Yes or no?
In life, it's
translate that.
So basketball is just a piece of it, right? It's all about where we use the term destination, right? We don't use the term winning championship. We use the term destination. Where do we want to go? And it's the same thing in your life. Where do you want to be 5, 10 years from now? What's your ultimate goal? So it's all about that, right? And we enforce winning to make our guys understand that if you work hard and you do things the right way, eventually you will win.
What do they walk away with in terms of life skills?
Well, from the academic side, they walk away with a degree that opens up doors for them.
It's a big deal.
And this is what I believe in. I always preach academics first. And the idea there is that if you are lucky enough to go overseas when you graduate, and by accident you get hurt, they send you back. Okay? Right. And if you don't have a degree, what are you going to do? So I preach this tremendously. I
focus on academics.
Yeah, and this is what Berkeley does. This is our mission to
Kevin
empower.
Looney, chairman, and I talk about this all day. By the way, he's a Met fan. You know that, right? Yes.
Yes.
That's a different story. I'm a Yankee guy, but I got to ask you, in terms of the team, you got teamwork. You've got supporting your colleagues when they're down. You've got the ability to be motivated when you're tired. I mean, a lot of this is not really basketball. A lot of this is life. No, am I making too much of that?
No, you're right. It is life. It is everyday life, and you know we talk to our guys. It's not just about you. You got to sacrifice the way that you feel, the bad things that happen throughout the day, sometimes the bad decisions that you make, or the wrong situation that you're in.
That you have to own.
That you have to own. You have to own it.
Take responsibility.
Absolutely. But you also got to make sure that you take the right steps, not just for you, but those around you, your teammates, to make sure that eventually we'll all get to that destination, right?
You've seen some of your players walk across or be in that graduation line and receive that diploma, right? What's it like for you?
It's amazing. It's amazing. And one, because there are times throughout the years that they might feel they will never get there, right? And seeing that reward from all of that hard work that I've done is the most beautiful things that you can experience as a coach.
You ever cry during this?
Yes. I don't like people to see it, but I do. And I have to tell you that I lead the faculty down the graduation line. And I do it for two reasons. Number one, because I love the responsibility. But number two, I get to sit right by the stage where they come down. And when you see them holding the degree and I get the hug, there's 1 or 2 tears in there saying to myself, wow, we made it.
It's personal.
We made it. It's very personal. Very personal.
Personal? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, because if you understand what these young men do every day, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, they go to school in the morning.
Yeah.
They have part-time jobs in the afternoon. They practice from 8:30 to 10:30 at night, not even in our own place. We have to go downtown. And this is every day.
Downtown Manhattan?
Yeah. And this is every day, Steve. Every
By the way,
day.
who's at the Weather Channel?
I am.
What are you doing there?
I am the CRM manager.
CR meaning customer?
Relationship management system.
Oh, relationship, okay. So you're doing well.
I am, but it's all with the foundation, right? It's all based on what, obviously Berkeley was able to do for me with the foundation that Coach Good has built there. Oh, big time, yes.
Big time.
Absolutely.
All right, real quick, not that winning matters. Next season, tell me what happens. Come on, I got 15 seconds left. Tell me what happens.
Hopefully we're able to reach that final destination one more time.
I have a perfect answer for you.
Go!
5th in a row.
5th in a row? Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
We've won 4 national champions in a row.
Championship, yeah.
I thought you said winning didn't matter.
I didn't say that.
Great job, guys.
Steve, very nice to meet you.
Same here.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Catch you next time. I knew you were a point guard.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, New Jersey Sharing Network, RWJ Barnabas Health, the Russell Berry Foundation, NJ Best, the New Jersey Office of the Insurance Fraud Prosecutor, and by Verizon. Promotional support provided by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and by Jaffe Communications. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.
I could feel my lungs fill with oxygen, and I got my life back.
The Sharing Network means to me hope, life, and everything.
The Sharing Network was a lifeline to me when I really needed it.
We are an organ procurement organization.
The core purpose of the New Jersey Sharing Network is to save and enhance lives.
To honor those who gave.
Pay tribute to those who received.
Offer hope to those who continue to wait.
And remember the lives lost while waiting.
For the gift of life.